Birth. Have you ever wondered about the story that lies at the very heart of Christianity? It's a story of hope, mystery, and a world-changing event. The resurrection of Jesus Christ. Today, we're going to journey back in time, exploring the accounts found in the New Testament to understand what happened in the days following Jesus' crucifixion. It all begins on a somber Friday, a day now known as Good Friday. Jesus, after being tried and condemned, was crucified on a hill called Golgotha, outside Jerusalem. His death was a public spectacle, witnessed by Roman soldiers, his followers, and crowds of people. That evening, a respected member of the Jewish council named Joseph of Arimathea bravely asked the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate, for Jesus' body. Permission was granted. Joseph, along with a Pharisee named Nicodemus, carefully took Jesus' body down from the cross. They wrapped it in linen cloths with a large amount of spices, as was the Jewish burial custom. Then, they laid him in a new tomb, one that Joseph had carved out of rock for himself. A massive stone was rolled against the entrance to seal it. The Roman authorities, fearing Jesus' followers might steal the body to fake a resurrection, also placed a guard of soldiers at the tomb to ensure it remained undisturbed. For the disciples, this was the darkest hour. Their leader, their hope, was gone. They scattered, hiding in fear for their own lives, their dreams shattered. The Sabbath passed in silence and sorrow, but then came the dawn of the third day Sunday. This is where the story takes its incredible turn. Several women who had followed Jesus, including Mary Magdalene, Joanna, and Mary the mother of James, went to the tomb early in the morning. They brought more spices to properly anoint Jesus' body, a final act of devotion. As they approached, they were met with a shocking sight. The huge stone, which would have taken several men to move, had been rolled away. The Roman guards were gone. Peering inside, they found the tomb was empty. The linen cloths that had wrapped Jesus' body were lying there, but he was gone. The Gospels describe their two figures in dazzling white garments, identified as angels, appeared to the terrified women, too. They asked, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen. Remember how he told you, while he was still with you in Galilee? The Son of Man must be delivered over to the hands of sinners, be crucified, and on the third day be raised again." Filled with a mix of fear and overwhelming joy, the women ran back to tell the disciples what they had seen and heard. At first, the men didn't believe them. Peter and another disciple, often identified as John, ran to the tomb themselves to verify the story. They found it just as the women had described, empty, with the burial cloths left behind. They returned, puzzled and amazed. That very same day, the resurrected Jesus began to appear to his followers. The first person he appeared to was Mary Magdalene, near the tomb. Later, he appeared to two disciples walking on the road to a village called Emmaus. They didn't recognize him at first, and they walked and talked with him for miles, splaying the sad events that had just happened in Jerusalem. It was only when he broke bread with them that their eyes were opened and they realized who he was. That evening, he appeared to 10 of the disciples, who were gathered together in a locked room, still hiding in fear. He suddenly stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." He showed them the wounds in his hands and his side to prove it was truly him. One disciple, Thomas, was not with them and famously declared he would unbelieve unless he could see and touch the wounds for himself. A week later, Jesus appeared again, this time with Thomas present. Jesus invited him to touch his wounds, and Thomas fell to his knees, proclaiming, "My Lord and my God," who over the next 40 days. The New Testament records that Jesus appeared multiple times, to many people, to individuals, to small groups, and even to a crowd of more than 500 followers at once. He ate with them, talked with them, and taught them. commissioning them to spread his message of love and forgiveness to the entire world. These encounters transformed the disciples from a group of frightened, defeated individuals into bold and courageous leaders. Their fear was replaced with an unshakable conviction that their Lord was alive. This event, the resurrection, is the absolute cornerstone of the Christian faith. It's the belief that Jesus conquered death, offering proof of his divinity and the promise of eternal life to all who believe. It's the reason that billions of Christians around the world celebrate Easter Sunday with such joy. Finally, after 40 days of these appearances, Jesus led his disciples to the Mount of Olives. There, he blessed them, and as they watched, he was taken up into the clouds and ascended into heaven. This event, known as the Ascension, marked the culmination of his earthly ministry. It left his followers with a mission and a promise that he would one day return. The story of the resurrection is what gave birth to the Christian Church and has shaped the course of history for over 2 millennia. It's a powerful narrative of despair turning into hope, debt of darkness giving way to light, and of life triumphing over death. Thank you so much for joining me on this historical journey today. If you found this story interesting, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into history and faith. See you next time.